So we had another episode of SmackDown today. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre fought for the WWE title, and I'm only gonna talk about that match. The reason I'm only gonna talk about that match is because I just don't have the energy to talk about the entire show. I'm just gonna summarize it for you anyway. A bunch of jobbers came in, they did a bunch of nonsense, no one gave a fuck. Alright, now to the main event. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. I think everybody kind of knew that Cody Rhodes is gonna win, and you already knew that some shenanigans are gonna happen as well. Jacob Fatu most likely is gonna interfere, which he did. We'll come to that. But the idea is this, right? Drew McIntyre is not gonna go to WrestleMania with the world title. So Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody Rhodes has put on some weight. No one's talking about this, I've seen, but he has put on a little weight. He needs to lose that weight, man. He needs to fucking look the part for WrestleMania. He's going to WrestleMania as the champion. He's gonna face Randy Orton. He needs to look the part. Anyway, Drew McIntyre has been buried to the point now where it's not even believable that he's gonna be a realistic or a reasonable champion for WrestleMania, walking into WrestleMania, right? And I like Drew McIntyre, man. This is a guy who beat Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania. That's what he was booked for once upon a time. And from that point to fucking losing to people like Damian Priest and Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso, this type of nonsense, it doesn't make any sense, man. This should not be happening to a guy like Drew McIntyre. But it has happened, and as a result, he's not seen as feasible contender. Even his entire fucking title reign, he was running away from people. That was all he was doing. Cody and Drew McIntyre, they're fighting. It's a very slow match. One thing I do not like at all, I don't know why they keep doing this, is when they want to drag out a match, what they're gonna do is, let's say McIntyre's gonna hit Cody with something, and Cody's gonna roll out of the ring, and then McIntyre's gonna go out of the ring as well. Then he's gonna smash his face on the announcer's desk, and just nonsense like that. This happened so many times in this match. Cody hits McIntyre with something, McIntyre rolls out of the ring. Cody Rhodes was doing the same thing as well, even though he's a babyface. Rolling out of the ring is a heel thing to do because it stops the pace of the match, right? It stops the flow, and that's annoying to watch as a viewer. So it's supposed to be something that a heel does because he doesn't give a fuck, man. He's here for himself. So McIntyre doing it maybe once, that's understandable. But doing it all the fucking time, and even the babyface is doing it, that doesn't make any sense. There is a spot where Cody Rhodes is standing on the announcer's desk and he's about to cross Rhodes McIntyre, but McIntyre reverses, and just because of the weight of these two guys, the desk breaks off. So I don't think that was planned. I don't think that was intended. If it was, that's the worst spot in the history of anything. But I don't think that was, so that's just a botch. And I did not realize that the tables that they have for the announcers, they are fucking made of plastic. After that, we have a couple spots where the referee is about to be knocked down, but somehow he manages to survive. Eventually, he does get knocked down because Cody accidentally hits the ref because of McIntyre's shenanigans. And I just thought to myself, they cannot come up with any new concepts. So now we have the referee knockdown. It literally happens in every match. Every fucking match that means something, referee's gonna get knocked down. Fucking referee's gonna get knocked down no matter what. This dumb fuck keeps getting knocked down in every fucking match. It's so unbelievable. Even in terms of story, they only have one thing, man. Oh, McIntyre's targeting Cody's left arm or something. And then it's like, oh, Cody's targeting McIntyre's left knee. There are multiple ways of telling stories. Why are they only depending on the one thing? Oh, man, the heel's gonna target a body part. That's it. That's all they care about. This match was not enjoyable to watch. There is nothing about this match, not even one fucking spot that made you think, oh, man, didn't see that coming. Not even one spot. We already know who's gonna win, but that's just that, man. Like, it's also about the journey, right? Of course, if it's unpredictable who's gonna win, then that's the best thing you can do, and that's how ideally it should be. They're not smart enough to write stories that can be unpredictable. People who have no idea how to write stories watch this show and they can easily predict what the fuck's gonna happen next. That's a shame. We also have a spot where Drew McIntyre does a crossroads and then Cody Rhodes does a Claymore kick. And the Claymore kick that Cody does is absolutely atrocious. This is not a good fucking move. He should have rehearsed it properly, or maybe just don't do the spot, man. Anyway, he did that too. So now we have that. Eventually, Jacob Fatu comes in And I think that's the fucking match that's gonna happen at WrestleMania. Fatu versus McIntyre. And of course, Fatu is gonna win. You know why he's gonna win? Because he's the Samoan werewolf. Yeah, fucking note. He should not be beating McIntyre. The reason for that is because look at McIntyre and look at Fatu. He should not be beating McIntyre. But he will. Because, yeah, of course. Why not, right? Like, they just need another Samoan fucking wild animal running around. So it's gonna be Fatu for a while now. And after that, maybe one of the MFTs are gonna come in. And they're gonna be like, oh man, we're gonna replace Fatu. And the fucking cycle's gonna go on. Eventually, Cody Rhodes hits the fucking Cody cutter and then the crossroads. He wins the title. He's going to WrestleMania. He's gonna face Orton. So CM Punk and Roman Reigns, it's not even gonna be night 2. At one point, I think everybody was thinking, oh man, it's gonna be night 2. CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Doesn't look like it's gonna be night 2 because of course Cody and Randy Orton are gonna be night 2. So there you go, man. CM Punk is never actually gonna main event WrestleMania. He can main event night 1 and be like, oh man, yeah, I'm a main eventer. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure you are. Alright. You know the truth. Everybody knows the truth. He's not a main eventer. As far as Cody and Randy are concerned, I said a couple of months ago that this would have been the right path. This is the most reasonable path. They don't have any other feasible WrestleMania main events. This is the closest that they will get to fucking having a WrestleMania main event. Another thing, Randy, I think at some point today mentioned that despite the fact that he's been around for 2 decades, he's only main evented WrestleMania twice. And this is something that was circulating on the internet a few days ago. And now they actually made him say this on TV. This just tells you where the headspaces are. They're fucking watching memes and writing stories based on that. So that just tells you everything you need to know. Cody versus Randy is going to happen at WrestleMania. I think Randy should go over, but Cody can go over as well. Doesn't matter. I think Randy is just a more believable champion to be walking out of WrestleMania, so I think he should win. But there is no real story here. Maybe they could have developed the story, but they didn't do that. So now we're gonna have these two guys. They're gonna square off a few times. They're gonna do some promos. But Randy's gonna say, oh man, I brought you into this company, and Cody's gonna talk about all his hard work and nonsense like that. And then we're gonna have a match at WrestleMania. There you go.